A beautiful and perfect demonstration of the Town Hall 10 Hog Riders from the YouTuber war is what we will be focusing on today. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe for all of my Clash of Clans content. You've seen it over the last few days, Team Judo versus Team Klaus. It was a fantastic event, managed to get people together, create a little bit of hype, have some fun, and I think everyone involved did enjoy it. But we had some brilliant attacks with the Town Hall 10 Hog Riders here at Team Judo, so I thought I'd focus this video around that, bring you, I think we have 4 attacks, and you will see similarities between it, so that hopefully you can get to learn how to start bringing in them 3 stars as well. Crew HD does a fantastic job on this first one, sets that funnel with a couple of golems and the wizards in order to allow the bowlers and heroes to come in from the north of the base. Now, it's not the easiest thing in order to create a funnel on the edge of a base, from the point of a base, but he does it beautifully, and you will see that what he gets from this is not only defenses and pathing for the Hog Riders, but the Queen and CC. Now that's very important, brings the Hog Riders in from the right hand side directly towards the Inferno Tower. Now the Hog Riders a little bit further north was important to get the Archer Tower down, help with that pathing, because they're going to merge down in towards the regular Hogs anyway. Now you want to try and target the Inferno Towers first. Obviously you can see at the top of the base we'd created a beautiful funnel for the Hog Riders to path in a U shape right the way around. Now, it's not always a necessity to get an Inferno Tower with your kill squad, but try and target your Hog Riders onto it initially. Now that's because mainly they're in compartments by themselves with high HP buildings, giant bombs, and they're aimed at crushing troops. So if you can get in there, you can get a heal spell into that area initially, get one down, and then it's really allowing the heal spells to keep your hogs alive as they move through splash damage areas of the base. Getting down to it, you will see that this one managed to bring in kill squads at the end, not kill squads, cleanup squads, should I say, at the end in order to help, because the Hog Riders fizzled out. Now, often your Hog Riders will continue through the base and get right to the end, but that's just the important thing about having cleanup. Don't just ignore it and assume that your Hog Riders will get through. Try and plan them cleanup troops as well. Now, this attack needed a little bit of adjustment, and the cleanup troops had to be used. Now that is important to note, because if you need to use your cleanup troops to protect the hogs in order to complete the raid, then you're going to have to do that. Let's go ahead and watch it. Coming in from the bottom, what's the similarity? Again, it's the Queen and Clan Castle. I have done a guide on how to use Hog Riders at Town Hall 10. It all depends on what's in the CC. If it's a Hound or a Golem, you don't even have to worry, because they cannot keep up with Hog Riders. Anything else, as you can see, Dragon in this one, you have to lure and take it out. So we did take down an Inferno Tower on this one, but the Queen's walked one way, the Bowlers and King have walked another, and because the Queen has walked around the outside, we've missed the CC. So he has to quickly adapt here, otherwise the Hog Riders could go down very quickly. So he puts a couple of wizards in, they were the cleanup troops alongside the poison, decides to get the Hog Riders in and try and get them away from that dragon as quickly as possible, get the defenses down around that area so that the troops can continue to get the dragon. Notices he's still not going to get it, so puts the baby dragon in anyway, and because the Hog Riders came in from that area, the baby dragon is then safe to continue with the cleanup. Had he have came from the top, the baby dragon would have then gone down. So the Hog Riders kind of moved, they still were moving in that shape around the base. The heal spells then had to be used in key areas where there were a lot of defenses, but but mainly splash damage. And as you can see, there's 2 splash damage defenses at the end here with areas for giant bombs, so you need a heal in that area, guys. You would not want your Hog Riders clumped together taking that kind of damage, and as you can see, they do indeed get through it and help with cleanup. So had he have not adapted and used the cleanup troops to take out the CC and protect the Hog Riders, it would have been a fail. The Hog Riders, they might have been a little bit quicker than the dragon, but it tends to keep up when they start getting onto them defenses. So a nice demonstration of when things aren't going wrong, you've got a plan in your head. Things aren't going right, should I say, and they start going wrong. You need to be able to adapt, and I think he did a great job on this one. Let's move down to the next. We have 2 more Hog Rider attacks to show you. So the next one, just base number 32 actually, by Blue Hazard, who is a Town Hall 10 v10 beast. Now he comes in with a queen charge on this one in order to get massive value. So he brings the queen in with the healers, and he needs to create that funnel. A wizard at the top, out of the way of the archer tower, which is tanked by the queen, is enough to create the funnel to the north. Brings in the king and the baby dragon down at the bottom. I'm a massive fan of the baby dragon as a funneling troop because you get that enraged bonus. It does go down to a black bomb, but hey, that protects the healers anyway, which are worth more than the baby dragon and more needed in this one. Now just pay attention to the wall breakers as well, guys. As the queen comes through, let's just look at how much value he's getting here. Enemy CC, enemy queen, look at all of the point defense down in that area as the rage spells are used on the queen and the healers. The wall breakers coming in, it's a perfect time to use them. It's very difficult to wall break deep into the base, but when you have that rage spell there and you're using it anyway on the queen, it's a great opportunity to get them wall breakers in. They do massive damage under the rage spell, and then at this point, he's taken out so much from the base. Obviously, that funnel has continued to be set by the queen. The Hog Riders are going to move up to the top, but the defenses are spread out a little bit. That is why he brings in extra Hog Riders. So as you can see, he didn't just bring them all in like we've seen in them previous raids. The other raids, the defenses were clumped together in a bit more of a line. The Hog Riders could track right the way through them. The heal spells could be used effectively. On this one, they'd end up splitting out a little bit. It's just enough though to ruin your raid when you can't quite get the heal spell in, so that's why he brought the Hog Riders from separate angles so they'd merge together in the middle. Very wisely done, gets through to the end, only a couple of them left, but that is all that's needed, guys. As long as you get them defenses, still has the queen and the healers, he's going to get through and take that out. So there you are, guys, beautiful stuff by Blue Hazard. Let's move on to the next one here, Dibbless with the final Hog Rider attack at Town Hall 10. So as we come in here, this one is a little bit more spread out, and I really like how he takes his time initially in order to pick off buildings and create that funnel. Look at that bowler. That is just beautiful stuff. Gets the Tesla popped by, was it a wall breaker or a goblin? I can't quite remember, but he got that popped in order to then take it out with the bowler. It was beautiful planning. Then it's just a case of picking off buildings around the outside with the wizards and the bowler. Then he brings the golems in afterwards. He's not going to bring the golems in straight away because the tankage wasn't needed initially. He'd just be wasting health on his golems. Once they're needed and the wizards are going to come forward and start being shot at, then he puts the golems in, followed by his heroes, followed by his bowlers. They are going to get right into the base now that that funnel is created. Now it looks like a horrible base to create the funnel because there's so many buildings on the outside, but it was actually relatively easy. He just had to take his time and pick off the defenses. Again, the bowlers can be used fantastic to pick off defenses on the outside of the base, and just look at how much value he gets. Decides to break the jump spell to get right the way in there, and the kill squad have taken out so much of the base. We've taken out this entire western portion. Queen finally pops that ability, does get the Hog Riders in. I would have maybe liked to see them a touch earlier, but he does get the Inferno Tower down. If that had have taken the Queen, she wouldn't have been there for cleanup, but she's going to go down in a second anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, you can try and protect the queen by getting your Hog Riders in a little bit quicker, but there's just so many. He'd provided so much in terms of the kill squad, getting down so many defenses that the Hog Riders don't then have to go through as many defenses. There's more chance of them getting through the raid, getting through and being able to clean up themselves. As you can see, they do in this one. Again though, using them heal spells wisely. The poison spell as well, we haven't mentioned that up until this point. You want to use that on any skeleton traps that pop, but that is wrapping up this video. I will bring you some Town Hall 9 attacks from the war as well tomorrow. Make sure to stay tuned for that. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out guys.